Okay guys, this video is all about creating glow around text and images. This video ties in with the remove image background video that I did. So first things first, what I've done here is I am using Affinity Designer here. This I have used to replace Adobe Illustrator. If you want to do an online version, you could use photopea.com. I'll put links in the description below, but let's start building a thumbnail here. Now, from the get-go, what I've done is I have got this thumbnail template here. It is a transparent artboard, and this is 1920 by 1080. So 1920 along the top by 1080 along the side there. I always use eye-catching, striking colors, deep contrasts if I can. So the first image I'm going to do, bring in here is the elements that I want. I want to bring in this background here. So if I click there, and I can see there's the background. I want that background there. Now I'm going to do a video on where I get images from for free that you can use as well. So make sure you subscribe, and I will put those videos up there so you can find all those assets that you need to create these awesome thumbnails. So we've got that background in place. Next thing I want to do is I want to put an eye-catching element in there, and that eye-catching element is going to be the image of this young lady here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take her and I'm going to put a glow around her and make her seem a little bit more dynamic than that. So I open up effects in the window here. What you can see is that's her image there. It's selected, and you can see it's got a blue outline on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do an outer shadow. I'm going to click on that outer shadow. The thing is important is to get this blend mode correct, and that's to just put it on normal. So if we put it on a normal blend mode, then that should be okay. You shouldn't have any problems in that. If I switch that radius on, you should start to see something glowing around it. And then if I put an intensity on, you can see that we're getting a black outline there, starting to get that black outline there. Now this is important because that's going to be there, and then when I apply the outer glow, it will give me something more feathered, or just a little bit softer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to white. Now you can see she's got a lovely glow around her. If that was what you wanted to do, that's enough, then that's great. Then what you can do is you can actually firm it up a little bit more by turning that intensity up a little bit. These are very similar to the kind of controls that you get in Photoshop and indeed on photopea. I want to have a little bit of something else to that, and I could add another kind of color to that. I'm going to switch that to normal again, and I'm going to increase the radius on that, and you can see that radius is growing again, and then I can change the intensity on that. And then there, you see now she's really popping. I could change the color on that to kind of make it blend a little bit more. For now, I'm just going to leave this as white, and that is her done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some text on here. I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to put in a very simple title on the thumbnail, because that's what catches people's eyes. I'm going to make that big, and I notice it's a contrasting color to the background that I've put in there. There's only 3 elements in this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that text, and I'm going to go through the same process again. I'm going to go outer shadow. Let's create a bit of shadow. You don't necessarily have to use all shadow, you can use a bit of everything else, but I do like it to look layered, that kind of layered effect. Get that inner shadow going, and I can create an offset on that. I can square that up. There's lots of different ways for me to make that pop a little bit more, because that's what you want to do, make it pop just a little bit. I'm also, because it's text, I'm going to create outline on that. You can see that that makes those lines just a little bit more. And then on the outer glow, I'm going to add that as well, and that's on normal there, and the radius of that glow, I can change that. And you can see that that has got glow underneath it as well. And I might just change that into a darker red color or maybe a purple. Oh, that does it. That's the one. Worth noting, when I export this, I'm going to export this document, you want to make sure that any thumbnail that you create is under 2 megabytes. I'm going to call that Create Glow, replace that one there. And that is my thumbnail. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you catch that remove.bg. I'll put that in the end card here. If you've enjoyed this, you got some value from it, make sure you hit that subscribe, like this, drop a comment below, and I will see you in another video soon. Take care.